Hello YouTube. This is O Mixed with another Buggy deck profile. This is Nightmare Buggy.
Boo, Buggy, boo.
We went undefeated today with Nightmare Buggy. Basically what it is we're terrorizing the locals with the new promo. I'm sorry to everybody at my locals today who had to endure Nightmare Buggy. I love you guys. I made up for it to the guy booing me in the background. He got a winner card out of it, so so I guess it works out.
Early access promotion.
Hey, I'll take it. Where you putting, baby?
So this is the list. We are on 4 Mr. 3. He is the main searcher of the deck. He searches out Baroque Works or Cross Guild. We run 4 there's no less ratio. We are on a 2 of Doflamingo blocker. I think I'll always be on 2 Doflamingo. He sets up your next turns very nicely. If you know your next top 5 cards are completely dog shit, then you bottom deck them. He's really good in my opinion, better than Marguerite, but if you like drawing cards because you're a crazy maniac, draw your cards and have a 0 blocker. If Shanks isn't terrorizing your locals, I'd say play 2 Margaret over the Buggy, or the Dofi. We are on 3 Sanji's Pilaf, Pot of Greed, draw 2 cards. You want to see out of life, you can bump this ratio up more to 4. Honestly, it's not bad. Very good. We are on 2 Pudding. Pudding.
Correct.
Yeah, insane. If your opponent has 7, I usually Pudding on 7 or more. Anything like if they're on 6, then it's really not worth putting.
Especially decks that like to search and get themselves set up.
If you know that your opponent is searching their Shanks or their big guys, and you're just like, nah, bro, go ahead and search again.
A good mess up tempo card.
Yeah, it's very strong. I feel like a lot of people do not respect Pudding. Myself included.
Like people forget, do they get reminded the hard way?
Yeah, you just get reminded the hard way. We're on 4 Kabaji, upping it from the original 3 because we are on the new promo Buggy. This card works really well because your opponent can't swing into it. You can go Buggy into Kabaji, and people are like, why did he just play Kabaji off the Buggy effect? Well, if you don't have Mihawk in hand, this is the second best card to play off of the promo Buggy effect, in my opinion.
Still something that's playable.
Because now you can swing with them and not be worried, because your opponent most likely, unless they're playing black, is not going to out that promo Buggy. So you basically get a free swing every turn with Kabaji, because he can't be KO'd by battle. We are on 3 Mohi. I think I've always been on 3 Mohi. We are no longer on Richie blocker, so the on-play is no longer live in my list. If you guys want to play like a 1 of Richie just to have it for a Hail Mary, I mean, go crazy. We are on 4 Mr. 2, super good. I'll always keep 4 just for the Nami matchup. You guys seen any of my Nami matchups, you know this card puts in work. Bottom decks himself and another card. Typically I'm bottom decking Kaya's with it. Super good, super strong. We are on 4 Mr. 1. This card is insanely good. You play it off a Krog, it filters your hand, draw 2 trash 1.
Yeah, 2 bodies, and you get to replace your hand anyway. So you get to play the Krog, play the Dash Bone, draw 2 cards, replace them like nothing ever happened.
Exactly. Mr. 1 is insanely good. Please play 4 of this card. I don't know why I was playing less than 4. Play 4.
Especially paired up with the Mihawk, like you said, you just have so much draw potential.
Exactly. We are on 2 Jozu. I think we bumped this down. I think I was testing 3. I didn't like it at 3. I felt like I was often pitching him more than I was playing him. I think 2 is nice because you do play a lot of little guys, like your blocker and your Mr. 1, and we have a couple other cards that are not as good.
Yeah, it's nice that you have a nice setup with but you have other means of interaction with your opponent, hence the next card coming in.
And we are on the new promo Buggy. These are proxies. I just want to give a special shout out to Justin for letting me these proxies and letting me terrorize locals today with the Buggy. I also want to give another shout out to Kaizoku cards. You can order this exact card on kaizokucards.com. I am not sponsored, but the fact that my buddy Justin let me borrow this card today and let me terrorize my locals, I felt Like, I would love to give him a shout out. So, I mean, the artwork on this is absolutely amazing. If the guys at your locals are super cool and will let you terrorize their locals with this buggy list, then more power to you. Definitely go get yours at kaizokucards.com. I'm on 4 of Crocodile.
Dude, everybody run down the buggy in case.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm kind of getting ahead. Sorry about that. So Promo Buggy, if you don't already know what Promo Buggy does, Promo Buggy says this character cannot attack. If your leader is Buggy, all 3 and 4 characters cannot attack. On play, play up to 1 6 or less cross skilled from your hand. So not only is he a basically like a floodgate, but he's also he's not basic. He is a floodgate.
He is a floodgate. Yes.
He's a floodgate for 3 and 4s, and he poops out another body. Typically, what you're playing off Buggy is Mihawk. Mihawk is insanely good.
Mihawk, the Kabaji, or the Emoji. Mostly, almost anything in your deck you have a potential to play off with. Just, 7-drop Crocodile is your only non-target, essentially?
Essentially, yep. And then going into one of the next best cards, I think this card is no longer the best card in the deck. I think Buggy Promo took that spot. I think Buggy Promo is the best card in this deck. It's an insane card. It goes wide and it's a floodgate. This card's insane. That's why we're on 100% for Mihawk. We play 4 Mihawk, draw 2, trash 1. It's also a 6/7 blocker.
So the second non-counter of the deck.
Yep.
Character-wise.
Character-wise, yeah. Typically, we are playing Croc into Mr. 1. For you guys that don't know what Croc does, he plays out a 5-cost Cross-Guild or Baroque's Works character, so you can play out Croc into Mr. 1, Croc into Kabaji, Croc into Mr. 2. The combos are almost endless, right? You can play Mohi if you're super, like, last resort, just want a body.
I mean, doesn't Buggy's ability allow you for 5 Dawn, right? So you can just rest 2 5s, play out 14 costs, and then play out 2 more 5 costs afterwards. Like, that's a pretty disgusting turn. For 10 Dawn, you're playing, like, over 20 Dawn.
It's insane. It's insane.
Yeah, it's pretty damn good combinations right now.
It's really good. I'm still on 3 Buggy. I'm probably, for the future set, I'm probably going to bump Buggy up to 4. I just want to see him.
He went from not wanting to see him to see him.
There's been times where I just don't see I just don't see him, and he's the last puzzle to the entire set. So
what would you? I guess I could ask you after the fact.
Yeah. I'm running a lot of 1-ofs, a lot of 1-ofs because
no change given the times.
So yeah, I'll answer what I'll replace the 4th Buggy. But yeah, here's the first 1-of Gum Gum Rain. It's a 0-cost event for all of the non-counter we do play in the deck. We're on a lot of non-counter, so we just want to see this just to free up the hand, get rid of dead cards.
Yeah, of course.
We are on a 1-of Kaya. I still like the 1-of Kaya. I don't know what it is about just hopefully seeing more turn 1 plays and then just filtering out your hand.
Early game setup, she's also 1K, so that rounds off all your 2Ks, making that, 12 total?
Yes. I believe that's 12 total, including the Kaya.
4, 3, plus, yeah, so 12 total.
Yeah. She's really nice. She rounds off our like our cameraman said, the 2K counters. And she's bounceable off the Jozu. So I mean, like she serves her purpose in the deck. I'm still on a 1-of Stage. I feel like Stage is becoming less and less like needed.
You have a lot of draw power potentially now, and you have a lot of poop power as well.
Yeah, there's a ton of draw power, but there's also times where I'm just like, man, like Stage is really filtering my hand and saving my butt by drawing me my stuff. So
definitely 1-of does not seem like it's a bad idea because you have so much ability to draw into it, so you can find it early access. If you see it early, it doesn't hurt you either. No, just having the 1 is fine.
I don't know. It just has a little spot in my heart, so that's why it's at 1. We're on some spice. We're on a 1-of Crocodile because, come to find out, Croc can play Croc.
Just says Baroque's Work, it doesn't. Cross-Guild doesn't specify.
Exactly. So yeah, I mean, like Mr. 3 can search it. It can establish. You can establish 2 7K power bodies. I mean, what more do I need to say about that? It's prettier than Dad's Bones. I'm sorry, our Dad's Bones lovers, but it just is. And we are on another one of 5-6 Croc.
Is that OG Croc? From
This
like
is
set one?
this is OG Croc from set 1.
Was that banish or blocker?
It's the blocker. Croc can play Croc. So it is a
And what
block.
does he do? He plays one character with a cost of 2 or less to the bottom of the owner's deck. So that's not too bad. Good
No.
interaction.
Yeah, I never.
Not great, but good.
Yeah, I never use the on block effect. I'm more or less just wanting an additional blocker.
I'll play the blocker for a good cost.
Yeah, I think it's really nice. I like seeing them, especially on like my 10 Dawn turn if I just need to establish a 5 cost and I don't have any other things that I really need to do, and maybe even want to play defensively instead of being aggro. I can just establish him and then play into my buggy and then remove. So that way on the crackback I'm not dying off of whatever.
Yeah, that's fair. As long as you get the Buggy, you should be fine.
Exactly. I find myself becoming more distant in between these two events. One being the Gum Gum Red Rock and the other being Grab Blade. In this tournament, they didn't come up. I think my main focus with the deck was trying to go wide as fast as possible and just kind of being more aggressive with blue instead of being more defensive with the removal options.
That's definitely what I think Buggy wants to try to be, is more of an aggressive deck. That's hence why the package is the way that it is. And
So-
you definitely built around that to help utilize that portion of the deck.
So if you guys are more of a believer into Grab Blade, I'd say keep the Grab Blade and maybe go for Buggy. You want to see Buggy, I feel like, more than you care to see Red Rock, because Red Rock, I feel like I'm bottom decking it off of the searches a lot more than I'm actually utilizing it.
Yeah.
Establishing a board and even just having a 5K Red Rock that is. It's just better in my opinion. I feel bad
A
about
physical body Red Rock is better than the event Red Rock.
exactly, and
It's cheaper as well.
It's cheaper.
Red Rocks for 6, well, you have this for 5. So.
and then I can do whatever else with the extra remaining five Dawn. I can make my 5 Dawn plays live. You can't really make your 5 Dawn plays live with the
Yeah, you're hurting at that point.
exactly. I think the only reason why I'm actually keeping the Red Rock in is because of the Blackbeard matchup. It feels really good bottom decking with Red Rock, just because if I already have a board established, I'm not ripping cards from my hand in addition, because I really want to see
Yeah, that's a fair argument as well. Because,
my cards.
If you already have a board established and you have everything set up, you don't want to have to waste, a character essentially just to get rid of something.
Exactly.
Like, it is kind of devil's advocate because, you are getting a body that you already probably swing with, but then you're establishing a 12K to replace it, so it's not too bad, right?
No, right.
But you don't necessarily want to have to replace bodies if you don't need to.
Exactly. But yeah, I think for set 10, I'll probably be cutting Red Rock and then going up on the Buggy numbers.
No, I think that's a fair argument. It's essentially the same card, just one's a body.
I think that's my hot take for tonight. But yeah, this is Nightmare Buggy. Our matchups tonight were Shanks. That matchup was very close. It came down to a numbers game at the very end, last life scenario. And we were just able to pull through. We had enough counter, we had enough life to survive at the very end, and we just played our cards correctly. Our round 2 was against the notorious BY Luffy player. He played exceptionally well for not seeing any of his geckos. I think that you'll see what hindered him the most in that matchup. He still played it beautifully by using Luffy effect to rip his life. I believe he flamp paid early in that match as well. Just kind of self-awakening himself, and then he was just chilling with a bunch of cards. I don't believe I seen the pudding that game. I might have, but I don't think I did see pudding against him, which really sucked. He had a ton of cards in hand, and he was just constantly countering out of my little weenie swings. And then our round 3 was against Puffy. I mean, all 3 of those decks are like very strong OPO9 decks right now, and you can kind of see like how they perform, or how this deck performed against those decks. Those lists obviously will be changed in set 10, but it's kind of cool to see how this deck performed in set 9, and I got to a special shout out to all my opponents as well for allowing me to play with the new promo as well. It's super cool, guys. They didn't care. They just wanted to practice against the new promo Buggy just to see what it was like. It was in fact a nightmare.
We gotta get the bridge to that would have been something for sure.
I'm super excited for this deck in a set 10. I think this promo is exactly what the deck needed to be able to compete against the top contending decks.
I personally think that the card was perfectly fine. The whole entire Floodgate portion of it feels like it's a bit much, but if they just locked it to just maybe one number,
One or the other.
I think it would have been fine. 2 feels a little bit strong, but we'll see how it goes because blue does have removal. You can get rid of him. There are ways to get rid of him, so it's not like he's going to stick around and always be a problem.
Exactly.
So he's not too much of a pain in the ass. But he is a nightmare.
He is a nightmare. I hope this video kind of gives you some insight on what my OP10 Buggy deck list, the Nightmare Buggy, looks like, and I hope you guys enjoy the video. Do you have any closing thoughts for me?
No, I think the list honestly looks pretty damn good. Like I said before, you really capitalize on what the deck's trying to strive for. Going wide, going aggressive, having some good bodies that can also interact with your opponent. You have really good draw power as well. The one-ups do feel kind of weird because they are one-ups, but you're a toolboxing player, so you have your ways of digging and getting to those cards.
Exactly.
I think it looks really damn solid and it looks really damn powerful. You have enough counter as well. You're not really drawing too many blanks, but you're still covering your ass with a 0 cost. I think it looks good.
Thank you. All right. I hope you guys enjoy.